Okay, let's be real. If you've ever opened your electric bill in the middle of a brutal Arizona August and just felt a wave of absolute panic wash over you, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're diving right into this explainer on exactly how you can get real financial relief for those sky-high utility bills, who actually qualifies, and the exact step-by-step process to apply.
I mean, picture this. Temperatures are spiking to a melting 113 degrees, right? When it gets that hot, our energy consumption literally goes through the roof just to keep our homes livable. This extreme demand makes cooling costs the single largest driver of overall utility debt in the state. For so many working families, it heartbreakingly becomes a choice between putting food on the table or keeping the AC running.
Because of this extreme danger, the Arizona Corporation Commission enforces a summer utility shutoff moratorium. That runs from June 1st through October 15th. Now, this is a lifesaver because it ensures you don't lose power during the deadliest heat. But, and this is an absolutely crucial point, your bills are neither paused nor forgiven during this time. The charges? They just keep piling up. So when October 16th rolls around, you're still on the hook for that whole mountain of accumulated debt.
So to help you navigate all this stress and avoid that massive October shock, we're going to walk through a roadmap today. We'll look at the reality of extreme heat, check out available bill assistance programs, see if you qualify, guide you on how to apply successfully, help you avoid pitfalls, and finally wrap up with some closing thoughts. All right, diving into Section 1, Extreme Heat and High Bills, the hidden cost of summer. Let's look at how this extreme weather builds a financial trap for so many of us.
Look, we all know the drill. You close your blinds, you change your HVAC filters, maybe run a bunch of fans. And sure, voluntary conservation definitely helps. But the reality, the accumulated debt from running your AC all summer usually requires actual financial intervention. It's kind of like putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm. Conservation is a great first step, for sure. But when that debt climbs into the hundreds or even thousands, you really need to tap into relief funds that were designed for this exact situation.
Moving right along to Section 2, Available Bill Assistance Programs from federal, state, and local relief. The good news here is that real relief does exist, so let's make sense of it all.
At the top level, we've got two massive government programs. First up is LIHEAP. That's a federally funded program helping low-income households up to 60% of the state median income. It offers standard benefits of up to $640 plus some crisis assistance. But what's really a game changer here is the state-funded Power AZ program. Backed by a $15 million investment, it expands eligibility all the way up to 100% of the state median income. This is huge, guys, because it finally helps middle-income families who historically made just a bit too much to qualify for those federal LIHEAP funds.
Now, beyond the government, the utility companies themselves offer some incredible support. Say you're with APS, you could save a massive 25% or even up to 60% on your energy bill every single month through their energy support program. They also offer crisis bill assistance. That can provide up to $800 a year to cover current or past due bills if you've hit a rough patch, like a sudden loss of income or a medical emergency.
What if you're a Salt River Project customer? Well, SRP has an income-qualified discount program where you can get a flat monthly discount of $10 or $35. Or you can switch to their M-Power prepaid price plan. This is pretty cool because it uses simple flat-rate pricing up front. In fact, the average M-Power customer actually saves about 12% on their energy costs compared to the standard monthly billing. Oh, and SRP also partners with the Salvation Army for Project Share to offer one-time emergency crisis grants.
And for folks down in Tucson, TEP's Lifeline program gives you a quick $20 monthly discount to help keep things manageable. They also run the HEERO program. That stands for Help with Emergency Energy Relief Operation, which is administered by the Salvation Army to provide one-time payments on energy bills for qualifying customers.
You know, it can definitely feel a little overwhelming or even intimidating to ask for assistance. But I want to be super clear, there is absolutely no shame in using these funded programs. Thousands of real Arizonans, just like Ida here, rely on these exact partnerships to keep their lights on. As she says, the program was literally God-sent. These funds exist precisely to ensure your family remains safe and cool during those brutal summer months.
So, let's head into Section 3, Do You Qualify for Help? Finding your income bracket. The big question is figuring out if you actually meet the criteria, and honestly, it's probably easier than you think.
Go ahead and pause the explainer right here to find your specific household size. Check this out. Thanks to that Power AZ program we mentioned, a family of 4 can earn nearly $9,000 a month in gross income. Guys, that's over $107,000 a year. and you can still qualify for utility assistance. I love this because it completely shatters the myth that these programs are only for folks living in extreme poverty.
All right, Section 4, How to Apply Successfully, your step-by-step guide. Once you know you're eligible, let's make sure your paperwork goes through smoothly and doesn't get bounced on some silly technicality.
The state has actually made this incredibly efficient. You don't even have to guess which program fits you best. Just head over to the Department of Economic Security online portal, it's called the A to Z Arizona portal, and you submit a single combined application. The system does the heavy lifting and automatically figures out whether you fit into the federal LIEHP bucket or the state Power AZ bucket based on your income. Super simple.
To make that online application totally seamless, you'll want to gather these specific documents before you even log in. You're going to need your current bill, your state-issued ID, proof of citizenship or legal residency, and your last 30 days of income. And hey, here is a massive time-saving pro tip. If you already receive DES nutrition assistance or cash assistance, you automatically meet the income requirements for LNHEAP. The state just uses the info they already have on file, meaning you don't even need to upload new proof of income. How great is that?
Moving on to Section 5, Avoiding Pitfalls and Finding Support. Let's talk about the common mistakes that can unfortunately trip people up.
Okay, so a huge mistake is applying for LIHEAP funds when you already have a credit of $500 or more on your utility account. Actually, doing that will get your application automatically disqualified, so watch out for that. Another trap is getting approved for a monthly utility discount, like the one from APS, and totally forgetting that you have to re-verify your income every 24 months to keep it active. Lastly, keep a close eye on when you receive crisis funds. Programs like the Home Energy Assistance Fund are strictly limited to one-time financial assistance per 12-month period. If you apply too early, it's an automatic denial.
Now, if you ever feel overwhelmed by the paperwork or maybe you just don't have great internet access, don't stress. Just pick up your phone and dial 211. It's a statewide hotline that connects you directly with local community action agencies. They literally have case managers who will sit down and fill out the whole application with you to make sure you don't miss out on a single dime of these utility discount programs.
Finally, we are at Section 6, Final Thoughts and Disclaimer. We've covered a tremendous amount of ground today, so let's wrap this up.
The main takeaway here? The funds are absolutely there. The summer moratorium gives you a window of time to act, and now you have the exact steps to take. Please, don't let another month of debt pile up. Whether it's digging out your recent pay stubs, dialing 211, or logging into the A to Z portal, I strongly encourage you to take one concrete step today toward getting that financial relief. And hey, if you know friends or family members sweating over their bills right now, share this explainer with them.
Just a quick reminder before we go. This explainer is strictly for educational purposes. Guidelines, funding limits, and income thresholds can and do change, so you should always reach out directly to your utility provider, the Arizona Department of Economic Security, or call 211 for advice that's tailored to your exact situation. So, with thousands of dollars in relief just waiting to be claimed, what is the very first step you'll take today to erase your utility debt?